this is your girl Adeshewa, and yes, we're back on the show Straight Up with Shewa. Today we will be discussing the word ego. Ego, yes. A lot of people would say a man is egoistic. Yes, most men are egoistic, and in these days, to be honest, it's not anything new anymore. Even a man will tell you, yeah, I've got ego, so it's not, a big deal. But the funniest thing is not only men that have ego, women too do have ego. Yes, definitely, women have ego. And I'll cite an example now. When you're at home, let's say your husband just finished eating, and maybe you were walking past and he says to you, take that plate with you to the kitchen. You'll be like, yes, you feel offended, and you'll be like, but you could have asked in a nice way. Yes, that is ego. Because if he had said to you, help me take the plate to the kitchen, you would not be offended by that. So that's the ego in you, seeking for respect, So every man, woman has got ego. It's just that the level of ego is what differs, and I think men do have it more. Now, do you know that ego could even come out in a positive way? What I mean by this is, when you are egoistic, you can use it to achieve a lot of things in life because you believe so much in yourself and you do not want to fail yourself. Do you understand? So when you have a project or something, you want to be like, I have to do this. You have that spirit that you cannot disgrace yourself or you cannot embarrass yourself. You have to do this to your best ability. So it helps in those ways. But now we're going to be focusing more on the negative side and in a relationship mostly. A lot of us, these things is not that we've not heard it before. Everything I say or anybody say is what we've heard before. But do we actually seek and look into ourselves that, do I fall in that category? Oh, do I do these things? And if I do, how do I change it? Do we really think that way? That is where the problem is. A lot of people don't even think they are egoistic. They don't think it's affecting their relationship in any way. But are you that person that when anybody is talking to you about anything, you are very protective? You always want your point to be the answer. Like what you think or what you are saying is what the answer should be. You think you know it all. You believe that anything you say is the right thing. Is whatever you say is the right thing. When somebody, assuming, okay, let's say your partner tells you or give you a suggestion, in as much as even right down in your heart, you know that idea that person has given you is the right one, your ego will not allow you accept it. You understand? Like, no. If the person says do it this way, you would rather do it the other way. Why? Not because you do not know that that is a good idea, but because your ego will not allow you take that idea. Do you understand? So if you see yourself doing that, we have to be self-conscious. They say be self-conscious, and let's see what we do in our own way that we don't count as something important, but definitely is affecting us in our relationships. So start looking at yourself and see what you do. You have to be conscious. If you're not conscious of it, there's no way you would know, because most of us, we are used to those lives that we do not even think we are doing anything wrong. One thing I've always realized is, when there's too much fight in a house, in a home, it makes the two partner lose the intimacy. And if there's no intimacy in the house, like I always say, that's the problem. There must be intimacy. The more you fight, the further you go from each other, the further you keep going from each other when you fight all the time. So we have to start being conscious of these things and finding a way to make our home work better, right? So now let's go more into this ego. And another way you would know that you're egoistic is when you always feel superior in everything. You always feel like, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Like I will always say, being a boss does not and should not work in a relationship. When you are in love with somebody, you have decided to be with somebody, there is no boss. You cannot be a boss. Your partner is not your child. Even your child, these days, you have a limited, control over them, especially when they get into a particular age. They all have their opinion right now. So you cannot imagine your when human like you, like yourself, then you're now thinking you are the boss, you are superior to the person. When you have that attitude, then you have to know you are egoistic. Now, let's go to ways we can manage people or partner who are egoistic. Firstly, it takes a lot of patience. A lot of patience. A lot of patience. I will say it again. You know your partner is egoistic. There's no need fighting it. That's the truth of the matter. In a negative way, the only thing is you have to be calm about it. When you need to talk to him about it, be calm. Find a good environment to say it. When he is in a good mood, and tell him what you think is doing wrong. You have to voice it out. That's the truth of the matter. Maybe the more you say it, the better it will get it. You know, in some circumstances, it's more like they don't even like listen to you anymore. That's the truth of the matter. But you just have to keep saying it. You just have to keep saying it until they get what you're saying, or until, and if you have a partner, definitely you have a way of communicating it with them and getting them to see what you're saying. You have to find that way. When you do, then you can talk to them about these things. Then another thing is this: do not always expect apology from an egoistic person. And I'm being serious. They find it very difficult to apologize. I'm telling you the truth. They find it difficult to apologize. Sometimes when they even know they've done something wrong, they'll rather do things to make you happy, like do stuff for you. You understand? Nice things to you. So you will find it that they're trying to, be nice to you. But the truth is, to say that word, I'm sorry, is difficult. And to most of us, we just want, especially women, we want that word, sorry. I am sorry. And I've learned in a difficult way, to be honest with you, that it doesn't work with most men these days. To say that word, sorry, is very difficult for them. So when you know that they have a particular love language, a particular way they say sorry, just appreciate it and take it. But if you need your sorry once in a while, of course, let them know. But you have to set your mind in a way that you don't always expect them to say sorry, because you're never going to be getting that word sorry from them. So you have to be able to say your mind in a nice, respectful way to them, but at the same time, don't expect an apology, because mostly they will not apologize to you. You can even imagine sometimes they'll say, what do you want me to say? You want me to say I'm sorry? Okay, I'm sorry. And that is not an apology. You know that it's not an apology. He's only saying it because he's just trying to say what you want him to say. Or how you get what I mean? So we just let them know what you mean, what you stand for, and let it go. Forgiveness, patience. That's how it goes. We also have to know that when they don't do things your way, do not think that they don't believe in you, or they don't believe in that thing you said. But it's just because their ego will not let them accept, like I've said before, that thing, when they do it, they feel they are not superior. You understand? They're being submissive, or kind of limiting themselves to you. So that is the reason they will not accept the idea or what you've told them to do. They rather do it the other way. And you notice that egoistic people are always very protective, very argumentative, and they always want to prove that they know best. So once you know this kind of person, then you have to set your mind. When you need to talk, you need to talk. I'm being honest with people, because you see why I say these things these days is a lot of people are dying inside. They're dying inside, all because they want peace. They don't say their mind. When something is affecting your personal wish and desires, something that makes you happy as a person, you need to voice it out. You need to say it. You need to stand your ground. Sometimes you need to learn to say no in a nice, positive way, but you need to learn to say no when it is no. You cannot keep accepting what someone is saying all the time, and you're killing yourself inside. You're not happy. You need to stand for yourself sometimes, not in a negative way. Ego is, to be honest, are sometimes very nice. That's the truth of them. They're nice. There's no one that has a negative side that do not have the positive side to them, and there are no people with positive that do not have negative to them. So most of them sometimes are very nice, but this ego thing always ruins a lot of things in their homes, in their relationship. So as a woman, once you know that your man is very egoistic, you need to find a balance so that you not get offended at him at so many instances. You get what I mean? You have to let him be. Sometimes when he says things, you have to know that this is who this person is, and try, because the truth of the matter is, being egoistic is not something you can change in a day. It's not something you can change in a day. They don't change overnight. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. But just find a way to keep getting it at them at at your best opportunity. Anytime you know that they will listen to you, throw it in so they will know these things. You have to note, if you have an egoist as a partner, don't always think they will take your advice. And when things goes wrong, when you have the opportunity, nicely let them know that if you have done it this way, maybe it will have been better, maybe it will have worked. But don't throw it in their face, because if you throw it in their face, you're looking for a fight. But let them know, so when they are on their own, maybe they can think about it, like, oh, maybe I should have listened to what she said to me or what he said to me. You understand what I mean? Having an egoist as a partner can be very difficult, but you have to find your way around it. Today, I hope I've been able to be straight up with you. Until I see you next week, stay blessed. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day and a lovely week ahead. Bye for now. Bye.
Baby, I be on my way. If you tell me stay, you give me love today. Belly got the way me got the ways, way me got the ways. Make you give me love, yeah. You swinging body like you got no ribs, so you just scatter with your waist and hips, so yeah. On that the car, give me something, please, you. You didn't make my heart to do kiss, you. Oh yeah, make me the fire. I'ma get kilo require. Tell me what's your desire. I do it out like Timaya. I'ma get kilo require. Timaya. I do it out like Timaya. With your waist and